Imagine waking up every day with a weight on your shoulders. Stress challenges goals that seem impossible to achieve. Now imagine you had the key, the secret to not just surviving these difficulties, but thriving through them. That secret is patience, and in Islam, patience, or Sabr, is not just a virtue, it's the foundation of success. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about endurance, resilience, and the quiet strength to continue when everything inside you says give. Or today we're going to explore how mastering patience can transform your life, your goals, and your relationship with all lot. But what happens when we lose patience? What if the very thing holding you back from true success is your inability to endure hardship? Let's be honest, we've all been there, right? Waiting for that slow Wi-Fi to load, or standing in line for what feels like hours. But what if I told you mastering patience here is just as important as mastering patience in life's bigger challenges in today's world? Patience is more important than ever. We live in an age of instant gratification where everything is expected to happen now, from fast food to social media. We've trained ourselves to expect quick results, but life doesn't work that way. Real success takes time, dedication, and yes, patience. Without patience, we burn out. We give up too soon. We miss out on the deeper, more meaningful rewards of life. But with patience, we can endure, overcome, and eventually succeed in ways we never thought possible. Let me take you back to one of the most powerful stories of patience in the Quran, the story of Prophet Yusuf. He was a lamb, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and wrongfully imprisoned. Could have easily given up hope, but he didn't. He knew that Allah had a plan for him, even when everything seemed lost for years. Yusuf endured hardship, but he remained patient, never losing faith in Allah's wisdom. And what was his reward? He was eventually elevated to a position of immense power and reunited with his family. His story teaches us that no matter how difficult our circumstances may seem, patience and trust in Allah can lead to unimaginable rewards. In the Quran, patience is mentioned more than 90 times. Allah tells us in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 153, "O you who have believed, seek help through patience in prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient." Think about that for a moment. Allah is with the patient. When you show patience, you are not alone. You are not abandoned in your struggle. In fact, your patience draws you closer to Allah. Patience is not passive. It's an active surrender to Allah's will. When we say Alhamdulillah, even in the hardest moments, we're not just accepting fate, we're showing trust. Trust that Allah's plan is better than ours. But what happens when we stop believing that, when we no longer trust that better days are ahead? Success, both in this life and the next, requires patience. It's the difference between giving up after the first failure or pushing forward after the 10th in today's fast-paced world. We want instant results, but true growth, true success, whether in your career, relationships, or spirituality, takes time and effort, and patience is the fuel that keeps us moving forward. Patience, my friends, isn't checking your email every 5 minutes to see if that job offer has come through. It's knowing that if it's written for you, it will come, and no amount of rushing can change that. One of the biggest challenges to patience today is the constant fear of missing out on success, on opportunities, on life itself. But in Islam, we're taught that everything has its time. See, our divine destiny is a fundamental belief. When we truly trust that Allah's timing is perfect, the need to rush fades away. The first step to mastering patience is admitting that you're not always patient, and that's okay. No one is perfect, but recognizing this weakness is the key to overcoming it. Ask yourself, where do I struggle the most? Is it with people at work, or perhaps with your own expectations of yourself? Identifying where patience eludes you is the start of building resilience. Mindful patience is not just waiting, it's waiting with purpose. The next time you're tested, Instead of reacting with frustration, pause, take a breath, make dua, and remind yourself that this moment is temporary. But remember, how you react now can determine your success in the future. The Prophet Muhammad P.B. taught us that prayer is the greatest refuge in times of hardship. Every trial is an opportunity to turn back to Allah, and every time we do, we build a deeper connection, a greater patience. But what if we ignore this refuge? What if we let the pressure of the world consume us? Instead, the stories of the prophets are not just tales from the past. They are lessons for us, in dreamers that even the greatest among us face difficulties. Take Prophet Ibrahim alayhim, who was willing to sacrifice his son, trusting in Allah's plan, or Prophet Ayub, as who lost everything, his health, his family, his wealth, but remained steadfast in his faith. Their patience wasn't passive, it was active, a conscious decision to trust in Allah, even when everything seemed to be falling apart. What would our lives look like if we adopted even a fraction of their resilience? We are influenced by the company we keep. Surround yourself with people who encourage patience, who remind you of your purpose when you're feeling lost. The Prophet Muhammad P.B. said, "The believer is like a mirror to other believers, reflecting what's best in one another. When you have people in your life who remind you to be patient, it becomes easier to stay on track. Sometimes it's our friends who test our patience the most, right? But the right friends will help you grow and stay focused on your goals." Finally, remember the ultimate reward for patience. Allah tells us in Surah Al-An'am verse 12, "Because of their patience, they will be rewarded with a garden and silk garments." Jannah is the reward for those who endure, who remain steadfast, who trust in Allah's plan, even when it's hard. When you're feeling impatient, when you're ready to give up, remind yourself of the ultimate goal. And remember, Allah sees every moment of your struggle. Mastering patience isn't easy. It's a journey that requires dedication, reflection in faith. But when you do, the rewards are beyond measure in this life and the next. You'll find yourself more at peace, more resilient in the face of challenges, and more connected to your purpose as a Muslim. Remember, patience is not just about waiting, it's about trusting. Trusting that Allah's timing is perfect. Trusting that every hardship is an opportunity for growth, and trusting that through patience, success is not just possible. It's guaranteed. Now that you've taken the first step toward mastering patience, what's next? Well, if you want to truly transform your life, you need to understand the power of compounding, the small, consistent actions that lead to massive results over time. Click on the next video to learn how the power of compounding can change your life, not just financially, but spiritually too.